Hello. Where's the camera there? Yeah, I was listening to another retrainer today, and one thing they had said was that things have become more still. And I was just realizing, like, I hadn't put it to words, but that's absolutely what I've been experiencing and have experienced moments of, where I look outside and I just have this thought come in of like, ah, how nice is it that everything is just still and consistent, and there's that house and it's just there. And I wasn't putting a ton of words to it. I'm only putting words to it now to try to relate it, but it was definitely this sense of kind of like, that's nice. And I also hadn't really thought like, why have I never seen this before? It was more just that I was just kind of like, that's kind of cool to notice. And then when this retrainer said that, it all kind of clicked, and I'm like, oh, this is from the retraining. Of course, that's so cool. I love that so much. Yeah. So anyway, I just wanted to share that, and what am I in right now? Well, it's February 13th, and February 20th will actually be 4 months, having 4 months of training. Yeah, so I'm just in the 3 month to the 4 month range right now. And another thing that I noticed, which is super cool, is that I used to have just be bloated like every night, like not even necessarily from any specific food, like, and I just stopped thinking about it because it was just like a normal thing that I always had. And I just was like, oh yeah, my stomach can get so big when it's bloated. I'll like send my friend a picture of like how big my stomach is and be like, it literally looks like I'm pregnant. Like, and I just was always fascinated at how big my stomach could get. But it was happening so frequently that I just stopped. I wasn't trying to avoid certain foods because I just was like, you know what, I don't know. I don't know what to make of this. So I took a break from that. And, so I wasn't even thinking about it. I wasn't even looking to see like, is it gone yet? But it just occurred to me like the other day, like, oh, I like don't, and I actually like, cause I went to try to like push my stomach out to like get that same experience, and I can't because it's just not bloated. And that was so cool. And I know that it has, I think it's still been bloated a couple times, but mostly it's not bloated, which is very cool. I'm just very excited about that. Yeah, and I'm really realizing there's a lot of, well, not a lot, but there's definitely some pops around structuring my day and like bedtimes and routines and things like that, that I want to learn more about, because I don't fully know how they relate to the limbic system, but I'm pretty sure that I'm getting the sense that they do relate to this as well, that like these things that I'm navigating are limbic related. And I'm really excited to train on them and to heal them up, because let's do this, let's do it all, but not in a intense go stressful way, just in a like, great, I have the tools, that's amazing, so amazing. Yeah, and I'm definitely, I resist my rounds every day, but I'm proud of myself because I do them every day. I have, since I started, done at least 1 hour a day, every day. And I'm so stoked and proud of myself. And that's the thing, is like, you can be like not in the mindset to do it. You do not want to do it. Your brain is resisting, and you still do it. You can still do it. So I think it might be easy to see a video like this and be like, oh, well, like, they just, like, it's easy for them, but it's not easy for me. Listen, it's not. It's been an interesting journey of every day. Like, you would think of it like, okay, maybe like the odd time. There has definitely, though, been, I will say, there has been sessions where I have not really resisted and been quite excited. it's for whatever reason on that day, I'm really feeling the visualization of the past memory. I'm like, oh yeah, I want to go back to that memory and revisit it. That was so fun. And then it'll be much easier to do the visualization. And in those ones, my visualization rounds and like the whole round tends to go longer. I'm not like peeking out my eye to look and see like, okay, where's the time at? Am I done this round yet? I'm actually like in it, and then I eventually I'm like, okay, I should check what time it is. I'm like, oh, okay, it's time to move on. Although, I mean, they say that they recommend a certain time, and that anything beyond that is not necessarily helpful, because you might just be like thinking about it. You're not necessarily maybe engaging in the feeling of it or something. That's what I remember. But I mean, so I think if you're actually genuinely engaged in it and feeling it, then it's okay. And I found myself so yeah, I had been doing rounds where I was really, I had like key points where I knew, okay, at this time, like I should start doing the like, the color of this memory is this, and bring it through my body. Basically when there's like 2 minutes left. So like, yeah, anyway, there's like set times that I'm like, oh, okay, this should happen. And then, but because my rounds were going longer, I was missing those times. And then I was noticing that I was getting kind of like, I was trying to just like cut it so I could continue with the time. And then I'm like, wait, no, the object of this is to feel the feeling. So if you're feeling the feeling, then like keep feeling the feeling. And then I realized that like, I didn't need to like keep it all within the 1 hour on my timer. Like I could restart it for the next round and start fresh at like 0 to 15. And then look at the various times in between. I don't know if it's making sense what I'm saying, but I think the point is that I just got more chill about it. And I think that's also a sign of brain retraining and like the limbic system chilling out. And yeah, so that's cool. Anyway, there's been a lot of really cool progress for sure. And I still need to train, and that's okay, and that's good, and that's all part of it. Yeah, I'm just grateful for this program, and just keep on keeping on. And yeah, I mean, I just keep doing the rounds anyways, despite the resistance that comes up, despite the thoughts of like, oh, this isn't a good memory, this isn't a good story, that's not going to generate anything. I'm like, okay, well, it's all I got right now, so it's what I'm going to use, and that's enough, and it's working. So there we go.